Okay, friends, in the run-up to these holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, whatever you celebrate, there's a lot going on, and that is also true for me too. So oh, Holly, stop. Okay, so my dogs are super freaking out this morning. Come here. Okay, maybe if she sits here, she won't keep barking while I'm trying to do this. So there's a lot going on. There's a new episode of not Murdaugh Murders, what's the American Greed. The American Greed podcast is featuring the Murdaugh saga. And so, you know what's funny? So I'm a big podcast person and not such a big TV person because free time. I don't have a lot of that. So, I'm very mixy today, as my mother-in-law would call it. Okay, so I don't have time to be sitting around watching TV. But I can listen to a podcast while I'm doing like 500,000 other things. So that's usually what I do. Now, I had heard that American Greed was going to do an episode about the Murdaugh saga, but I was like, well, it has to show up in the podcast for me to hear it. Well, it showed up in my podcast yesterday, and there are 2 episodes. I've only heard episode 1 so far, and it was so good. Okay, so the truth is, it's all the information that we already know. If you've been following this whole mess, you know everybody, you know the players, you know who, what, when, where, why. Here's the thing, though. The way American Greed tells the story, riveting. Riveting, my friends, I tell you, riveting. So, you know Stacy Keach? He's like, tonight on American Greed. It just brought a solemnity that like HBO and all these other people hadn't brought to it. And all of our favorite people were there. That cutie Justin Bamberg was there and Eric Bland was there. Have you seen his Christmas pictures? Okay. I'm so distracted. He's a beautiful man with a beautiful family and 2 adorable dogs. Those muscles. Okay, he has big muscles, and he could defend me in court anytime. Or prosecute me? No, please don't prosecute me. Plus, I ain't do nothing wrong. Okay, so American Greed podcast, probably also TV show, but definitely podcast, has 2 episodes related to the Murdaugh case. The first episode has dropped already. I believe episode 2 has aired like last night or the night before, but that means coming soon to a podcatcher near you, the American Greed podcast on the Murdaughs, part 2 is coming soon. It sounds like an advertisement. It's really not meant to be. I'm just super excited about this case. Also, look, I'm back in my Mandy shirt today. I have stuff to do today, but it's a day where I can be superhero Mandy Murdaugh and go out there and conquer my day. Holly, stop. Oh my God, these dogs. You know what? A couple years ago, we got a Christmas puppy and we named her Holly, thinking that was like festive and lovely. And now it is just very barky. Okay. Also on the Murdaugh Murders podcast, I listened to the first half of it and then I'm going to go out and run my errands. They were following the court case that happened. And here's the one thing. Somebody said in my comments on one of these videos, God knows which one, like something along the lines of like, Alec didn't do those murders. I think the state has trumped up this case. Really, dude? Really? Okay. Interesting take. So this is what we found out in the court case that we sort of knew but didn't know. Nobody had said it out loud. And that is that this is not a murder case with a side of financial crime. This is a white collar case with a side of murder. Apparently, Alex, for the past, since 2010 or 2011, every year has stolen from his clients. Every year, a different person, a different crime. And how is he spending all this money, you say? Well, see also that Real Housewives husband, who was the lawyer who was stealing money. It's like, okay, everybody has done this, right? Sometimes you rob Peter to pay Paul just a little bit. You're like, okay, I owe $100 on the light bill and $100 on the gas bill, but I only have $80. So you send $60 to one and $20 to the other, and you keep the rest for groceries, or however that works, right? Like, you're just sort of moving things around until you can work out the money part of it, with the understanding that, like, oh, I'm gonna get paid on Friday, but I just need to deal with these disconnect notices. Like, just me? Just me? Okay, fine, maybe just me. So, but I think everybody has done that on some level at some point in their life. So here's the thing. That's what Alec was doing, only substitute like $80 and $100 for $100,000 and $1 million. He was borrowing money from every place he could get it. And it was all about to blow up. The thing that made all of these financial shenanigans over all these years blow up, the boat case. Because in the boat case, he was going to have to finally lay it all on the line and say, here is my net worth, which was probably negative a big giant number. And the day that Paul and Maggie were killed, he was being confronted by the bank people. He was being confronted by his law partners. He was being confronted by his best friend, Chris Wilson. Everybody was saying, Alec, where is the money? Where's the money? Just tell us where the money is. And he didn't want to be honest with others or himself, I believe, and say, I'm way in over my head. The light's about to be turned off. The gas is about to be turned off and the refrigerator is empty. Like, it was all a mess and he didn't have money to make up the difference. And so he goes out and he shoots and kills his wife and son and everything stops. He had pushed off these court hearings for months and months and months and months, years even, to stop these financial disclosures. But the day of reckoning was coming. June 10th was the trial date, or the day he had to appear in court and show up with his financial statements. June 6th, Paul and Maggie were killed. Once Paul and Maggie were killed, then everybody was like, oh, poor Alec. They were feeling sorry for him, but they canceled the case. They didn't cancel it. They postponed it, but no new date was ever assigned. Okay? That's a system that's worked for that man before. He knows how to work that system. How can I slow it down? How can I stop it? How can I stall it? Okay? So everything stopped. He bought himself some time. Also, he's an evil, icky narcissist. I don't think that's the medical term for that, but that is the term that I am using. He's a terrible human being. So he got everything put on pause so he could maybe move some things around. And also, Maggie was standing in the way of getting the beach house refinanced, which would have given him a little bit more money and bought him a little more time. I think he thought he could just keep stringing together these little delays until he could get it all worked out. And then the night that he shot himself in the head, he had been confronted by somebody else on his finances. Maybe that was the night he was confronted by Chris Wilson. Whatever. He was confronted by another financial situation with people saying, okay, it's been a couple of weeks or whatever. Where is the money? So he shoots himself in the head. Once again, everything comes to a screeching halt. But by then, the wheels had started to come off, honey. It was all going down. Remember when I told you his law partners at PMPED rolled up on the scene where he was shot and was like, psst, Officer Friendly, he's in big trouble. Follow the money. Okay, bye. And you could hear like squealing tires going on. That's how it happened in my mind. I don't know how it happened in real life, but that's how it happened in my mind. So it was all coming down on him. And he just kept shooting people. And in the words of the great philosopher Creighton Waters, the district attorney down there, he couldn't kill everybody. He couldn't shoot everybody. And so all of it was coming to a head. It's bad for him. It's bad for him. Also, I think he thinks he's still going to get out of this. I do. I think he thinks, I'm going to be able to skate on these murders and I'll work my way out of the financial crimes. But in truth, Alec has not stopped lying to himself yet, right? If he had stopped lying to himself, he would have come clean on some of this. He would stop the shadiness on some of this. I mean, he was in jail having Blanca, the housekeeper, do some shenanigans and still steal money. He was stealing money while he was behind bars using Blanca, his housekeeper, to do it. Really, dude? Really? That is a deep, deep level of criminality and bad guyness. Again, not the medical terms for those things, but I know you know what I mean. Okay, it's still dark outside. It is very, very early, but I got things to do. All right, good people, please go out, have a fantastic day. Do not commit any financial crimes. Do not murder everybody. Be safe and have a merry, happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, nothingness, memorial. I think that's what the Jehovah's Witnesses do. Is that what they do? I just want to cover everybody. Have a good day. That covers it, right? Have a good day. Bye.